the words, we can easily identify a thing that actually enhances the business with the customers. Many products are produced specifically like agriculture produce and some of the machineries and natural goods, which is originating in a particular geographical place, say, at a particular territory of India. Since we are from Coimbatore, I can give you example. You know, tabletop wet grinder, which initiated from Coimbatore, so they got GI recently for that. So this was nowhere available in the world. This was initially designed and manufactured only in Coimbatore. By the Coimbatore is known for industrial products. So it was designed and popularized from here for quite 2-3 decades, and finally, after so many decades of arguments, they got geographical indication for the tabletop wet grinder. This is no specific owner is there for this. This is for the product produced in that place. I think many of us may be aware of some of the Agra peda or Dharwad peda, and then here in what is that Tirumala laddu or something like that. So these and for jaggery also many places Mariyur jaggery, something like that also is available throughout the country. This is there. Say this jasmine flower from Madurai is very popular and got the GI for that flowers. That is, it is claimed. You cannot go for full details because here territory or the place is important. Origin of the item, where it is, that is more important. So the flowers produced in Madurai area has a special fragrance and a special value because it is grown for quite some years, so many decades or centuries, something like that. So recently, like that, lot of products are there, especially with agriculture goods. India has vast thing is there. So maybe many agriculture universities and ICAR institutes are helping these people, the territory where some products are there. I think ICAR is coordinating and registering that. So which gives an advantage. Nobody can say that, no, this is, I'm also producing like that. It should originate from that particular place. Then only this has some business value and an advantage for that local people. That's the idea behind this. This is for 10 years, but this is also indefinitely we can expand. Another one, trade secret. This is actually not an invention or whatever it is. You have a important thing which has some commercial value and potential for big business. But when you go for patent, only 20 years only they will give. Afterwards, anybody can use it. It can become public domain items. A typical example is that Coca-Cola. We used to refer to this Coca-Cola. So because it was in 1885, somewhere around only the company initiated, more than centuries it's going on. They have not patented, and they have done only for that bottle design only. The composition is actually what they thought. It is very difficult to reverse engineer, and they can copy and manufacture the same taste and thing. So more than 100 years they have an advantage of this particular product. So they are not depending on any of the government protection or legal protection. They are keeping it into a secret because they are very confident that we can maintain this. Another one is if you go for patent, you need to spend a lot of money, no? So this issue is also there. So some technologies, some commercially valuable items, we can keep it as a secret. So before somebody reverse engineer and make business out of it, by that time you will be doing many decades of business, and you would have done a lot of profit in that. Another important thing for say ICR and for the whole country is the plant variety protection. And farmers' rights also that's there. This is as per the international treaty only this was there. So we can register new varieties which has dust properties we call. That is novelty, distinctiveness, uniformity, stability and all that. Similarly for extant varieties also it's there. Slightly some procedures now and then some updation is going on. So we have rights. What is the rights for that registered varieties? Production, sale, marketing, distribution, export and import. All these rights are given to the whoever registering these particular varieties. So who can register? Breeders, farmers, universities, agriculture institutes, especially for ICR institutes, or if you are employed in some organization. Say, for example, ICR or university or state agriculture university or any organization, private industry, if some variety or anything is there, it is generally the ownership lies with the organization. Breeders, farmers, universities, all that is there, but in ICR, only ICR is the owner for all the inventions and varieties and all these things. And for sugarcane, it is given 15 years for annual crops. Trees and other crops, it is 18 years. And at present, this is PPFRA, it is in New Delhi, it is located in New Delhi. So they are taking care of all the varieties, including farmers' varieties, everything. So if it is a new variety, it has to pass through the DUS evaluation. If it is an extant varieties, without DUS evaluation, it can be directly registered. So especially this farmers' rights and researchers' right. This is as simple as that. Farmers' right means farmers has their own rights to use seed material for their continuous agriculture practices. So that's the only thing is. And in the researchers' right for development of a new varieties, all rights are given. But you cannot go for commercialization on that. Because for whoever registers, they are the owners. We need to obtain permission before proceeding for any commercial activity. Otherwise, for research and development of some new varieties, there is no issues. But when you use a variety already there registered, then you need to obtain permission from the owner. Say, for example, ICR has developed a variety. This variety owner is ICR. So you need to obtain permission, if at all, if you are going for commercialization elsewhere, after improvisation or before that, whatever it is. If you enter into commercialization practices, if you employed or used some other property, then you must get a written permission, otherwise you will be legally problem. You will be punishable and under the Seed Act. So these are all some of the things to think about it. I think for the participants and all whoever attending friends. So this is very important. Many times, why we should protect the technology and all that thing. So in the patents, you should disclose everything. If you are hiding something, and for that, if you are asking for protection, you will not get. In an organization, if some technology is there, till the development of technology, you may be secretive in your action. But when declaring to the organization, this is what I have. When we want to declare, you should declare all the secrets, so-called secrets. If you feel some of the secrets are there or it has some value, we should declare everything in the document and it should be approved by the organization. And then why we do all this protection? If we are improvising and it has some value, we can make money out of it. You can get recognition, all that thing, which attracts more invention. Others also will feel, okay, there is a possibility to improve on the value, and R&D investments will be more. Private industry will come forward to invest more because they will feel, okay, so much of value is there. So all these things possible only if you register and then further discussions are happening. So for an organization, protecting a technology and public, once you protect it, it comes to the public domain for everybody's view. So they will also get attracted. Oh, there is some new technologies available with so and so. So we can also participate and then we can improvise on that. We can spend a lot of money. So such things are possible only when you protect and advertise this is available. Anyway, when we apply for a patent, all these documents are put in the website of patent office. All the documents. I mean, all the documents, whatever letter, including covering letter, what you have submitted also, it is scanned and put for the view of the public. So if some new things, if you are searching, maybe some industry may be interested and they can come forward, and which will improve the image of the organization. Oh, so much great creative work is going on in an organization. So this is how it goes. Another one is that when it is declared and it is documented, it becomes more transparent. It is not person oriented or biased or prejudiced. activity. So this is very transparent, so that organization easily can interact with anybody who are interested in that. And another thing, protecting an information, your information, it will definitely improve the skills of R&D people like scientists, and especially the present generation requires a lot of skills in filing, reading, and exploring patents. So while exploring patents, we will come to know, okay, so much creative work is there. Generally, we go for publications, and so once it is published, it becomes public domain. But whether there is a value in that or not for industrial application, that's debatable things are there. Another one, why people are afraid of declaring all these things? See, this is the right side, whatever is there, fear of disclosure, lack of ability to read and write patents. This is when you read patents, it looks like more like a attorney's language. So that's how it goes. And who will read all this attorney's language? It is like a court. It is court related only, because when it is legal, there is no bias, nothing, no prejudice. It is as per the law only it will go. But many people are ignorant about protection, IP protection, and all that thing. Another thing is that they are not very confident that their results are really have some value or not. Simply, so what they do, they simply publish in some journal and then forget about it. And another thing, whenever some protection is required, we need to discuss with lawyers. And many times we are afraid of discussing with lawyers, especially scientists, and so we are afraid of this type of discussions are there. And many times law firms will ask hundreds of questions. Why you are telling this? Tomorrow somebody copies, and what is the protection? So it is very difficult for the scientists or researchers or students who have created some knowledge for protection. They are unable to answer. So all these things, aspects, it improves our knowledge of in the scientific existence, because simply doing some research and forgetting about that, that's publication. And see, even in publication, we know citation is more important. Everybody knows about Lowry's method of protein estimation. Cited till date, the number one, something like that. So that much citation is there. Okay, it has some value. If many times published, and it should not become junk information. So if it has some value, we must do all these aspects. Otherwise, it will not end anything. Especially, I told this thing already. Ownership of IP in ICR. Even in universities or private companies, it is owned by only this organization only, not in the name of individuals. Even institute directors are there, institute vice chancellors are there. It will not be there like that. It will be only in the university name or by ICAR only. In ICAR system, only ICAR, not even individual institutes. And if some two companies are working together with ICR, then ICR and that company joint patents will be having with the collaborators. So, for example, if somebody is sponsoring some money for some PhD student where some results have come, they want to go for a patent. So, in that case, we need to have an MOU, how much we have to share, what is that. So, joint patents will be allowed in that case. But all the inventors, scientists, readers, and technical persons who are contributed to the patent will be the inventors for that. That is very clear. That is no issue, because they only.
ఓకే జ్ఞానం అందుకే వారసు ఉన్నా సార్ అందుకన్నారు
It is for the institute or ICR for to take care of these things for commercial purposes and for protection also. And all the steps involved in a process or making a product has to be given in writing explicitly. If you are not revealing these things to the organization, you will be in trouble. Here only some misunderstandings are happening because many times some secretive steps will be not revealed, so nobody knows. Sometimes may be required in patents to mislead others, but if you are not revealing here, somebody has identified, and if they are doing it, you cannot go and claim. So you have to make a balance out of it. If somebody has some technology, one important step is actually important, but you may think that others cannot guess and they cannot identify it. So you are hiding it. By mistake, within another 1 or 2 months, somebody identifies that particular step, then you will lose the protection. So these type of things are there. So we have to be little legally, like a lawyer, we have to think and report these items. So for licensing, I think most of you know about these words. License means you are giving this to a particular. You got a valuable technology which has some commercial potential. You can give it to other people for business purposes. And another is material transfer agreement. If you have a variety, you can have an MTA, and we can say for 5 years you can use a material or something like that. With the timelines we can give. This is mainly for the materials if you are sharing, especially for plant materials, we generally say material transfer agreement. But there also you can have MOU, MTA, anything can be combined and we can do that, including germplasm also. And non-exclusive license. Generally in government institutes, government funded one, non-exclusive license only is generally allowed. Exclusive license is prohibited generally. So in rare cases that happens, but otherwise non-exclusive. Whoever asks for a technology, it is our duty to give those things. But this is not applicable to private other entities. For government funded institutes, non-exclusive is generally followed. So if ICR, we got a technology, if 10 people are asking, it is must that we all 10 must get this license. That's how it is there. So this is about overall about IP management in generally we do in our country, and ICR and many universities we are following it. I've made it very fast because so many aspects were there. I think if some in discussion, if you have something, we can discuss. That's not an issue at all. And I'll make a quick about our institute's technologies commercialized for quite some time. Say from 2006 onwards, our institute is slowly doing it. Though our institute is experts in developing variety, whole country is actually almost, we can say that your sugar, one teaspoon of sugar taking for tea or coffee, mostly it would have been generated from our varieties only. So this is how this institute's existence, 115 years old institute. And so far we have not commercialized sugarcane varieties. Anyway, since a new law and new rules are there, we are in the process of commercializing varieties, just like varieties like wheat, rice, and other ornamentals like that. We have been not licensing, and we have not realized any money. And many countries now legally, because of international treaties, so they are asking for some varieties. But for sugarcane, there are some issues. So these things also being addressed. If somebody is interested, like we have our ABI, Dr. Murli. So varieties, if somebody, new entrepreneurs interested in producing clean seeds and things, they can get license from our institute breeders. They can get trained, and they can also mass produce, and they can supply quality seeds. That is also need of our. Generally, we have factory people and some seed farmers, they are doing it. Any new persons also, if they have infrastructure, they can also get trained and they can do that. So these aspects, we are at it. Anyway, we'll go for in the discussion. I think we can discuss. I think director also will shed some light on that. So coming to that list of some of the technologies, what is available with us, with our institute. We have already licensed some of the, many of these technologies. These are all the overall list of technologies already commercialized with many entrepreneurs and all. One by one, we can see quickly. About the equipments, I have classified into few categories. So one is that soil moisture indicator. So this is actually licensed to 22 people actually. 21, one is actually renewed. So these technologies actually, machineries, one is, this is very popular soil moisture indicating device, which got National Water Award also, we got it for that. And another one is International Water Association Award from Terry and UNDP. So this is actually used for identifying whether moisture is there below 15 centimeter of soil. So farmers can irrigate accordingly. So this has been listed in 2016 for 50% subsidy schemes of most of the agriculture schemes. This has been included in that. And there is another improved version of this. If somebody has some interest in developing some of these type of equipments, not only this, all this, they can also join as an incubator with our institute. So our experts, and together with a collaborative project, we can have develop some new type of equipments or devices also. Maybe some of the participants may be thinking they may be interested in some developing some equipments or devices. They can join with us. So recently this was done by one of our licensee, and this also was added to the government scheme. So most of the all India level, all the agriculture departments, they will be popularizing this particular device, because government also given about 50% of the subsidy. And another important equipment is the set treatment device. This is, we treat the sugarcane sets for diseases, agrochemicals and minerals and all those things, to improve the vigor of sugarcane settlings. So this is quick method. Otherwise, overnight we had to soak it. So this also recently, last year only, it was included in the government schemes with subsidy schemes. And another one is that now mechanization is very important. So there is a device developed, settling transplanter. Just in rice transplanter you must have seen. This is a settling transplanter of a sugarcane. So this is an attachment for tractor drawn. Two people can sit there, can see the field. Yeah, two people, they can, one by one seedlings can be put in that. So uniform seedlings are there. It reduces the planting and other costs, and uniform crop stand is achieved. Already 3 people have got license for this technology. And another one is this IASR, that is Sugarcane Research, Indian Institute of Sugarcane, Lucknow. They developed some institute. So this was slightly modified to fit into little hard soils of so southern part of India. So this is also tractor mounted one. So 2 people can sit there. Whole cane will be there. So it will cut and place the sets in the furrows and then close the furrows. So all the 3-4 operations together it is doing it. Maybe we can add some fertilizer also along with that. So it reduces the cost of planting. Now for settling planting, we need single budded sets. So ICR, we have a Karnal center. So there they have developed 4 people can sit in this machine, motorized machine. We can develop single budded bud chips or single budded sets we can prepare, and for mainly for nursery making in that. This is actually two sides we can cut the same type of machine. This can cut 2 budded single budded sets for 2 people can simultaneously do that. This all reduces the manual operations and drudgery in making single budded sets. Another one is there for juice purposes. Many times we scrape the skin and rind of the sugarcane. So there is a need for a machinery. And so this machinery was developed. Most of these machineries were developed together with Agriculture Engineering Institute of ICAR and then Sugarcane Breeding Institute. Together we developed this. This will effectively remove the rind of that. So it will reduce the color, or cleaning also happens in that. This machine also was added. Another one is that effective removal of detrashing. That is, dried leaves are removed from say 5th month or 7th month, like that, to improve some pest and disease problems or clean field and all those things. So there is a lightweight machine. Knife was made. So just insert this in the cane and just push it down. It will remove the dry leaves. So as simple as that. Another one, this is not commercially done. This is mainly done by ourselves. We have also registered with the design, and also for patent also it was filed. It is a ladder or scaffolding facility, so that we can, if you see the massive size of this particular thing, because early morning around 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock we will be doing this crossing work. Most of our breeders will be doing it. So it is very tedious. So for reducing that, we had interconnected pathway is there, and easily we can do hundreds of crosses without much difficulty, even in early hours in the morning. Another recently one EPN applicator was developed. This is to apply some liquid sort of bioagents. Mainly this was developed by entomopathogenic nematode formulation, but can be used for other purposes also, even for fertilizer solutions, pesticides also can be applied. So this also recently was approved by Ministry of Agriculture for subsidy scheme. Another important thing is that energy category. Our present director only was working in this for quite some years, some maybe nearing 2 decades, developed a high biomass types, and recently a lot of interest is there. If energy making companies are there, they want a lot of biomass, because when you get it from forest or other sources, it is a little difficult. So this is producing roughly around 250 to 300 tons of biomass per year. It has very low sugar. Mainly it is only for bagasse or for biomass purpose. It is being used for biofuel or electricity cogeneration. Nowadays, actually, recently, people have shown interest for hydrogen production from this energy cane. Recently, last month, only one firm from Mumbai, they signed an agreement for hydrogen production from this particular biomass. Another is value-added products. Anyway, some of these products will be presented by the next Dr. Suresh, and next presentation. Anyway, let me introduce some of the products which has been licensed by our institute for some years. Our institute has developed a spray-dried product, just like a milk powder, dried milk, something like that. We developed a product by spray drying method. Sugarcane juice is made into a powder product. Another process is a freeze-dried product. Comparing this freeze-dried and spray-dried, freeze-dried product is more natural and flavor and everything is retained. But in the spray-dried, slightly some jaggery sort of flavor is coming. But anyway, for juice purpose, if you add lemon or some flavors, you may not feel much. But the best one among these two is actually freeze-dried juice powder. And there is a novel product also there. That is cane jam. This is also being licensed to so many people. Anyway, details of some of these products will be dealt by Dr. Suresh in the next presentation. And there is the frozen sugarcane juice products. We all know this color of this juice will become grayish in color after some time. But we had an innovative process which had maintained the color of the juice even for 6 months to 1 year without changing the color. You can see this photograph. So you can make, and easily we can make frozen sugar blocks or ice creams or Pepsi, whatever it is there. So this is also possible. Also, we have special concentration process we have standardized. Using that, we have prepared softies, ice creams, and all these things we have prepared. Any ice cream machine with our standardized process, they can produce any flavor of concentration without any external addition of this. This, I think, it is very popular in our country. Almost 22 people have taken training and license from us. And this is slowly it is picking up. It is a liquid jaggery. Sometimes it's called liquid honey or sugarcane honey, or so many names in different states they call it. It's very simple technology. So this is also slowly picking up. Another one, Dr. Murli was telling about our this Vatam, that is incubating. So actually he has taken for a dietary fiber for food system. We all know fiber is important for our dietary system. So we have developed a unique process for making fine powder and incorporating into the food substances. Now some people come forward and to include this into animal foods and all. Some requirement is there. And another one is from sugarcane juice. It has a lot of sugar, just like any fruits. We can also ferment, and we can produce good quality wine from this particular. Another one is jaggery based cookies and other. This is also becoming slowly popular. And because when we use white sugar, you won't add any of the minerals and all things. So when we add sugarcane juice or jaggery or liquid jaggery, it adds all the minerals, nutrients, and other antioxidants to that food. So coming to the biocontrol related some technologies available here. One very important one is that entomopathogenic nematode biopesticide formulation. So I just want to say one thing, for entomopathogenic nematodes, this biological control procedures for toxicology testing is not required. Except for this, all other microbes requires CBRC that license. Before commercialization. We need to go for the toxicology, which is somewhere around 40 to 50 lakhs. It is there. That's why there are issues there. But those issues are not there for EPA. These are all basically nematodes which actually kills the insects. So we have effective formulation which can have 1 year of survival. Live nematode survive in the formulations. Already we have given for 14, 2-3 are pending now. So this is one of the top 10 technologies licensed by AGRI-Innovate during 2022. So among the AGRI-Innovate technologies, this is among the top 10 technologies. And so far, more than 75 tons, it is going up. Recently, only this is there. And another one is BT biopesticide. Here also, we need toxicological testing. We are trying to have some procedures. We have asked for some interest from different biofertilizer, biocontrol agent producing companies. Process is there. This is very effectively controlling white grubs. Nowadays, this white grub is a very big problem. Like in EPN, this is also used for controlling white grub. Another one is that biological control. It is Codicea flavipes and Telenomus dignus. This we have developed, our institute, some scientists have developed a very effective mass multiplication technology in the laboratory conditions, or in the commercial scale we can go for it. And they have also designed a release station so that effectively without much damage of these parasitoids, it can be released through this station. This also already has been licensed to that. Slowly, this recently only this was initiated. Another some technologies, so many other technologies we have to be doing it. This is actually molecular technology. We have been doing a lot of molecular biology aspects. So we all know this Bolgot of Monsanto, Myco, cotton varieties. It's very popular almost for 2 decades. This is ruling. Because of that, a lot of pesticides have gone down and all those things. But recently, some new issues are coming. In this direction, our institute has developed over a year, almost for 2 decades. There's a lot of work is going on and identified so many new genes. Maybe if some company persons or company interested in some of these genes, they can contact our institute for further development. In these lines, we got one gene which is very specific for pink bollworm, which is already developed a resistant for crygenes. So we got some genes which is actually giving resistance to already resistant, cry-resistant pink bollworm. So big work is going on. Maybe in another 5 to 6 years, some variety may come out from this particular variety. And from Cotton Institute, they got that weevil problem is there, stem weevil. So this also they want to develop some transgenic, because only transgenic means cotton only is permitted in India, other crops are not. So we developed all these things from sugarcane, but some of the genes, luckily, it is working very nicely with other pests. So they are also there, that they have signed an MOU. If some private companies, if at all, if you have some contacts, if they are interested, they are free to contact for moving in that. So we have already deposited in the International Depository Authority, that is patent deposit or safe deposit. So this is available with us, some genes. So in other crops, say pulses or some other things, maybe some people may be interested. Another technology is that our institute has developed a technology for mobilizing a protein specifically in the vacuoles where sugar is accumulated. So this particular technology demonstrated with some of the known some gene candidate genes like green fluorescent protein and proteinine and GUS and all that thing. And any protein we can transform, and specifically it can accumulate in the it can accumulate in vacuoles of the plants. So what you can say, if you want to produce a high value product means any genes which can be easily produced using a sugarcane as a factory, something like that. We call it some molecular farming. You put your gene specifically with our whatever technology, our gene sequences, and transform, develop transformed sugarcane, that sugarcane will produce the chemicals of your interest, whatever gene you are adding to that. So some already one company, Trana Lab Bangalore, they are trying to express some of the therapeutic value protein in sugarcane. This actually work is going on, and some people are also showing interest in that. So if somebody has some interest in putting something, this is already we got patent also for this particular technology. So these are all overall technologies what is available from institute and licensed also. So a lot of interest in different aspects are there. So thank you very much for patient listening. And maybe at the end of this webinar, as Dr. Murli was telling, we can have discussions on any topic for that matter, whatever we discussed. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your scintillating lecture on IPR, intellectual property management and technology management and institute technologies. Of course, sir having the maximum license for technologies. He is having the first design patent in the institute, even whole ICR. That was the message we got last week. So we are the first in filing a design patent from our institute. So SAR is also holding maximum number of patent application and technology licensing also. So we have, you can interact with SAR if you have any question.
I just want to add something up. During discussions, see, some of our scientists have developed certain biological control agents for pest control. This is one aspect. Some food related, some novel ideas, if at all, if it is there, you can also interact with Dr. Murli, and later you can have a discussion with the concerned scientist. And another one, there is one scientist participating here. If somebody is interested in nanotechnology based certain things, some product development or commercialization, anything like that. So those discussions also come forward. Another, as I said, see, varieties generally sugarcane we are not licensing, but we have initiated licensing procedure just now. If some new entrepreneur or if they have logistics, they can enter into this business also. They can produce proper settlings and they can do that also. For that also, our institute is initiating that. A lot of scope is there in that. So they can join with our ABA and they can start a new business, sort of. That is sugarcane seed business or something like that. At present, only farmers are doing it. Like small business from farmers or something like that. That farmers themselves, they are doing it with the advice of our scientists, they are doing it. But if somebody wants to initiate such business, if they feel prospecting, they can also join. Maybe we can discuss those things here. So our scientists are proud to answer for all these things. Thank you.
Chat box. Chat box question in there. Actually, dear participants, we have one technical glitch that the webinar is having only 100 participants. So we are giving a new link to join here. Now we have 10 minutes break. During this break, we have already sent a mail to you. Please check your mailbox to again join the webinar. And fresh link we are now sharing here. We will share in the screen now. Please note down and you please check your mail and join the new link at 11 o'clock. Please see the screen for the new link. I invited now, but Epsami, you can unmute the participants so that they can ask question. difficulty to join, please, you can communicate now. Now we have break. இல்ல இந்த இல்ல அவங்க இதுல இருக்காங்க, யூடியூப்ல இருக்காங்க.
ஓகே.
பேச முடியாது.
அது கல்லெடு போட்டுருவோம். யாராவது இருக்க சான்ஸ்
சார் உங்களுக்கு சார்
நாங்க ப்ரெசென்ட் பண்றது எது வேணாலும் நீங்க எடுத்துக்கலாம். இது கொடுக்கூடாது, அதை நான் சொல்லவே மாட்டேன். இது என்ன பண்றது?
இப்போ நான் சொல்லிட்டேன் சார். அதுலயே கொடுங்க சார், எல்லாத்துக்கும் போயிடும். நான் சொல்லிடுறேன் சார். Actually, it is webinar only. If you want material, then you can communicate us. Based on your requirement, we will send to you. It's not an issue. Of course, many of these are, some of the things are available in our website also. So please visit our institute website. You have all information which is presented here about the technologies. கட்டலாம். மூவ் ஆயிட்டு இருக்காங்க.
அப்படி கேட்க சொல்லுங்க.
you.